Welcome to the Motivational Medium podcast. I'm Anne-Marie Lord, a psychic medium, author, and the founder of the Motivational Medium Academy. On this podcast, we'll explore intriguing topics such as mediumship, psychic abilities, and the amazing idea that we all have intuition within us. Whether you're a believer, skeptic, or somewhere in between, get ready to unlock your extraordinary potential as we discover the supernatural world together. If you want your questions featured on the show, be sure to join my tribe by subscribing to my newsletter at annemarielord.com. Let's go. Hi, welcome to the podcast. On today's show, I wanted to talk to you about how sometimes having a reading can help with healing, and some of the readings that I've done over the years regarding healing and regarding seeing stuff that have helped people change their lives really and change their health. So let me explain a little bit more. When I do my readings, I will never tell anyone if there was something wrong or if I see cancers or anything like that. It's just not what I do, and it's not what a lot of good mediums and psychics do. We don't get shown things like that. We might get shown through spirit that maybe a trip to the doctors that you've been putting off, you need to go and get that looked at. Or, have you phoned your uncle lately? Or have you phoned your auntie lately? Or have you phoned your mum and dad lately? Or, we'll get things like that, but we will never tell you. Well, as I always say, I will never tell you. And a lot of the good mediums out there will never tell you if they see, because they don't see anything that would scare the life out of you. Okay? They might give you guidance in how to get some things checked up, but they would never give you stuff that would scare the life out of you. So let me tell you a story about a lady who I read for, and she sent me this email. Now, once again, as I always say when I'm relaying messages or messages from readings, I've asked permission to use this story, and these people have said yeah. So I won't tell you the names because all my readings are confidential. So I will never tell you the names. However, I will tell you this story because they've allowed me to share this story with you. So this is a story from a lady who sent me a message, and I was absolutely blown away by this. And she came to see me for a reading. And during this reading, one of her loved ones in spirit came through and relayed some information that helped her on her journey of health. So let me read this story to you if you don't mind. When I made my appointment with Anne-Marie, I did so because I was feeling lost and in need of some direction. I was hoping to hear something that would change my life. As the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. During my reading, a male relative came through and was insistent that I should go and have my health checked out. Having just turned 50, I had been bombarded with various health check requests, all of which I had ignored, even though I had not been feeling myself for a little while. I decided to get the ball rolling and went to see my doctor. And to cut a very long story short, after various tests, I was sent for a colonoscopy. A large polyp was found, which biopsy results showed as high-grade dysplasia, which is the stage just before cancer. I've had several procedures now to remove the polyps, and have finally been told that everything is clear. I have to return in 3 years for checkups, but I consider myself to be very lucky, because if I had not been caught at this time, I would have been looking at a very different future. So I guess in a way, my objective for the reading was met. This has changed my life, and while I won't be taking up extreme sports anytime soon, it has made me realise that change needed to be made in my life. Furthermore, you should never take anything for granted because you never know what is around the corner. And don't put anything off until tomorrow because there might not be one. Thank you, Anne-Marie, for communicating this message to me that I believe saved my life. Now, that was from a lady, as you've just heard, that shared the story of what happened during her reading. Now, I don't get to hear a lot of the stories. Some people will message me and let me know all like what's happened and what's gone on and things like that, which is amazing. but sometimes I don't get to hear a lot of the stories and a lot of the backstories. All I would say to you, if you're considering going for a reading, don't be afraid. If you go to a good medium, she will never tell you nothing, or he will never tell you nothing that will scare the life out of you. Well, they shouldn't anyway. And what they might do is they might see stuff or hear stuff or relay messages from your loved ones in spirit that the medium mightn't even realize has any poignancy to it. And you get the message that you need. When people come to see me, I often say to them, you will get the message you need, not necessarily the message that you want. And I believe that spirit and a psychic's energy that connects with your energy will help guide you in the right direction. And like my lovely friend over here, it just might save your life. And I've felt so blessed and so privileged to have actually been a part of that communication. Wow. Talk about being still a nurse. So that was really something I wanted to share with you on today's show. Now, when people come to see me, I often say to them, as I say, you will hear what you need, not necessarily what you want. But some people have a set reason why they come to see you, and that's okay too. If someone comes in and they come to see you and you're reading for them and you're giving them lots of answers and lots of direction, and then they might say to you, okay, I've got a specific question, then I allow them to ask that question. And I go in intuitively, or if we've connected with spirit, I'll ask spirit to help us and guide us in that direction of where we're supposed to be. But I really wanted to share that little story with you today so that you can look after your own health. And I wanted to, I always believe that nothing ever happens for a reason. So it made me laugh because this morning, as you know, or as you may not know, I will be 57 next month, and I get one of them lovely packages through the post, the bowel packages, and that happened today. So I will be using my bowel package. So if you've got them packages through the post and you've stuck them in a drawer or hid them away somewhere or thought I'll get to that later, then pull them out the drawer. This is the sign you need to get them checked, okay? So get the bowel checked. So get your packages out the drawer. This isn't any trying to scare anybody. I just always believe that I'm doing these shows and these podcasts and these readings for a reason, even if I don't know what they are. Maybe this sign is for me. Maybe this is a sign that you needed to hear to get the package out the cupboard and do your bowel test. Maybe you do a mammogram and you've been putting it off and putting it off. Go and get your mammogram done. Maybe you've needed a smear test for all you ladies out there. This isn't directed at the blokes. Blokes, maybe you need a prostate check. Whatever it is, look after yourselves, okay? So if you've needed a sign from the spirit world or from Psychic Sally over here or Psychic Annie over here, the motivational medium, this is the motivation you need to go out, get your checks done, and look after yourself. You don't need someone like me to tell you, okay? But if you needed a sign, then this is it. Let me know that you're all okay. I know you are, but yeah, if this is the sign that you needed, then this is the kick up the bum. Okay. So the one question reading that I have for today is actually from a nursing assistant. And she sent me a message, beautiful lady, Tracy, sent me a message saying, shall I do my EN course? That's enrolled nursing course. I'm 59 years old, or stay as I am as an assistant in nursing. Now, straight away, when I tuned into Tracy's energy, I found that she was really, really good at her job. Now, I can't tell anyone how to live their life, and being an enrolled nurse is an achievement which would be great. So, as I say, I can't tell you how to live your life. However, if you were to go and do the enrolled nursing, I think you would be successful in it. I think you would get a job. I think it would enhance your life maybe a little bit. However, I felt like the job that you're doing at the moment, you are absolutely enjoying it. I feel the people around you are enjoying you. And I felt like you're an asset to your clients, whether you're an assistant in nursing or whether you go to do your EN. So I suppose what I'm saying is it's up to you. You would be successful if you did an EN course. So if you want to go down that route, then you could do that. However, I also feel like you're very successful in the assistant in nursing. I think and I feel you were going to choose the assistant in nursing more than the EN. But if you feel really, really pushed to do it, then go and do it. And yeah, the outcome is both the same. You'll have success in both areas because it's who you are. You show up as a nurse, you show up with absolute compassion and care for your clients, and you will do that in either as an assistant or as in an EN. And if you've read in my book, I was a nursing assistant. We called them auxiliary nurses in the UK. And I was an assistant in nursing for many years before I went on to do my registered nursing. But yeah, I still showed up exactly the same as I did as an auxiliary nurse. So Tracy, whatever it is that you decide to do, I know you will have success in both. However, I feel more pull towards the assistant in nursing than rather the EN. Okay, so I hope that's answered your question a little bit. Thanks again for listening to the show. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Look after yourselves. Get them tests out the drawer. This isn't to scare the life out of anyone. That's not what I do. I'm so far away from that. It's unbelievable. This is just a little reminder that if you've got tests and checkups that you need to follow up on, then go and do it. All right, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this show. It's important to note that while I'm here to inspire, encourage and guide you, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist or a doctor. Join me again in 2 weeks for more captivating revelations on the supernatural. Remember to be in with a chance to have your questions answered on the podcast. Subscribe to my newsletter at AnneMarieLord.com. Stay in the tribe to vibe. I appreciate you guys. See you next time.